So good evening, everyone, and welcome to this conference with Le Cercle des Langues. Tonight, we are going to be discussing project management, tools and techniques for successful project management. Tonight's conference is level A1 to level A2. So let's have a look at what we are going to discuss. In tonight's conference, we have 4 parts. The first is project management introduction. So it is an explanation of what project management is. The second part of tonight's conference would be the project management tools. So what tools do we use to manage projects successfully? The third would be techniques for successful project management. And the fourth part is going to be our conclusion. So as you know, the conference will last for 25 minutes. And in the last 5 minutes, you can have a question and answer section, which is where you ask your questions that you can either put in the chat or that you can write on a piece of paper. So let's begin. Please remember that you are more than welcome to take notes if you would like, so that you understand which vocabulary you would like to review. So, project management introduction. Project management is the process of planning, organizing, and controlling tasks, people, and resources to achieve a goal. It includes deciding on tasks, assigning responsibilities, and tracking progress until everything is done. So that means when you are a project manager, you are in charge of how that project will go. The people involved, the ideas, the assignments, everything is controlled by you. So the key ideas we will cover is that every project has a goal. So the first thing is a goal. What do you want to achieve? For example, organizing a charity event. We also talk about it having start and end dates. Projects are not forever. They begin and finish within a period of time. And then you need to look at what are your resources to achieve this project. You need to look at your tools, your people, and how much money, what is our budget to complete the work. Why is project management important? The key benefits of project management is that it helps you stay organized, because a proper plan reduces confusion. For example, imagine building a tree house. Without a plan, you might buy the wrong wood or forget nails. A plan keeps things clear. A quick reminder that at the bottom you have the translation in French. So if there are certain words that you do not understand, you can look at the bottom for a clearer definition. Project management is also important because it allows for better teamwork. That means everybody knows their job and knows what their responsibilities are. For example, in a soccer team, players know their roles: the goalkeeper, the defender, the striker. Similarly, a project team works better when roles are defined. So what are roles? Roles are the individual responsibilities of each person. Project management is also important so that you can finish on time. Deadlines prevent delays. For example, you have to finish a project that lasts 6 months and you have to organize your team month by month so that everything is finished before the deadline. So deadline is a word that talks about the end date of a particular project. So now that we look at why these tools are important, or why project management is important, what are the tools that can help us project manage? Project management tools help plan, organize, collaborate on, and execute projects efficiently. They are essential for teams and individuals to track progress, manage resources, and achieve goals effectively. So let's have a look at some vocabulary and some useful applications. So what is the vocabulary we use when we talk about project management? We talk about a team. We talk about deadlines. We talk about goals, tasks, progress, resources, and budget. The tools can be any kinds of tool, from applications to software to a chart to templates to your timeline to reports, and we talk about dashboards. So dashboards show you everything that you need to see within the project. So a general example, a to-do list is a concept that comes from project management and nowadays has become a strategy that helps thousands of people to organize their daily life. So a to-do list is a project management tool because the project would be your daily tasks, and a to-do list is a tool that helps you complete your daily tasks efficiently. Calendars. The use of calendars is extremely important when planning anything related to projects and plans. They will help you to keep deadlines clear. So far we have seen to-do lists and calendars. You also get online tools. But why do online tools work? You can access them anytime, anywhere, and you can share them with the team. So here are some useful applications that you can use to run a project. You have Trello, which helps you organize tasks with boards. You have Google Sheets, which helps you track work with simple tables. You have Slack, which helps you communicate with your team through channels and messages. And you have Notion, which combines notes, tasks, and projects in one workspace. So what techniques could we use for successful project management? The importance is communication. We need to talk with our teams regularly. So that is the first thing. Christoph also put a very important note in the chat. He said there is a software which is called Teams by Microsoft. Absolutely, Christoph. Thank you for sharing your thought. So before we go on, let's take a step back. So another online tool that Christoph has mentioned is Google Teams. So remember, these are just a few applications. There are many more, and Google Teams is one of them that helps you organize your projects with your team, and we can add that to the list below. So thank you, Christoph. So what are some tips or techniques for successful project management? As I said, communication. You can talk with your team regularly. Assertive communication will help everyone stay informed during a project. So it's just important that everybody is aware and is on the same place, on the same page. So that is something that is very important. It's also good. Techniques are solving problems. Be good at solving problems. So an example problem, a team member can't finish their task on time. The solution, ask another member to help. The tip is that we always need to be ready with a backup plan. Follow the progress of your projects or your plans. So tracking progress is a very important technique in successful project management. How do we do this? We use tools like to-do lists, calendars, and charts. Why? Because it shows what's done and what still needs work. For example, for a cooking competition, create a checklist, such as gather ingredients, set the space in the kitchen, cook food. So what is the difference between a to-do list and a checklist? A to-do list are all your tasks that you need to do in the day. A checklist has more detail, and once you are done, you tick it off in order to make sure that you completed the project and having done it with all the steps. And delivering the project. Finish all tasks on time. In this case, it is very important that you make sure the client is happy, get the feedback from your process, and keep improving. So, what vocabulary do we have for successful project management? We talk about planning. So, making sure that all the details are planned so that everything is clear for every member of the team. Delegating. When you are a team leader, delegating is very important because it is giving responsibility to each and every member of the team. Tracking is important in successful project management because we track our progress and we track what has been completed and what still needs to be completed. Problem solving is important in successful project management because it shows that we are able to find a solution and continue with the important tasks. Risk management. We need to make sure that we are managing the risks effectively so that there are no interruptions for our deadline and for the tasks that have to be completed. Communication skills are very important for successful project management because the team needs to be clear on what they need to do and what has already been completed. And of course, time management is very important because we need to do things so that the project is finished at the right moment. So now we are going to have a quick quiz. So everybody, please put your responses into the chat. We need to match the sentences with the correct word. So a task. What is the definition of a task? Is it something important that must be done first? Is it a plan that shows when tasks will happen? Is it an aim or result you want to achieve? Is it the time when something must be finished? A small piece of work? A group of people working together? So try to choose what is a task, what is a deadline, what is a team, what is a schedule, what is a priority, and what is a goal. Wonderful. So for A, something important that must be done first. We think it's E. Some people say D. So let's try look at B, a plan that shows when tasks will happen. Which one do you think? So I think if you can, either in the chat or on a paper, write all your responses and let's have a look at which one is correct. So A would be a priority. So task is E, deadline is D, team is F, schedule is B, priority is A, and goal is C. A priority is something important that must be done first. A schedule is a plan that shows when tasks will happen. A goal is an aim or a result you want to achieve. A deadline is the time when something must be finished. A task is a small piece of work, and a team is a group of people working together. So in conclusion, project management is an essential skill that helps organize tasks, improve teamwork, and ensure success in both personal and professional projects. By understanding the importance of clear goals, effective planning, communication, and the use of tools like to-do lists, calendars, anyone can lead a project successfully. Remember, good management is not just about finishing on time, but also about working well with others and achieving quality results. We didn't. Yes, Christoph says we didn't have enough time. I also thought we're just going to go through it to make sure that we finished in enough time to ask if there was a question and answer that you had. Do you have any questions or comments that you would like to make about project management? Another good question is, do you have any applications that you would like to share? So I found it very interesting in the presentation when we spoke about the applications like Trello, Google Sheets, Slack, or Notion. So if you would like to share an application that you have used in the past that was very useful for you, please unmute your microphone and talk to us tonight about that application. So for example, Christoph, you mentioned that you use, Google Teams. So Raymond, please tell us about Bulldozer. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about it? Because I've never heard of this application.
It's used for highway construction. Yes. You have
Okay.
the engineering management and the operator. It's
Okay.
very, very easy to use. It's very good.
Okay, wonderful. So that's a very interesting one. Thank you, Raymond, for sharing. Does anyone else have any applications that they use that they could be great?
Hello, hello everybody.
Hi.
I can I can talk about Clarity, which is an application that help us to mark our absence and maybe our presence in the work.
At work. And what's the name?
Clarity.
Clarity, beautiful.
Yes, I can put it here in the chat.
Please do put it in the chat. Pauline also mentioned one that's called Asana, which is for organizing tasks, just like Trello. You also have certain projects that require the use of grammar or that require the use of checking a lot of information. And you have things like DeepL.com, which is a translator app, or you've got an app like, I think it's called Grammarly, which helps you check your grammar. So these could also be useful tools that you can use, and it can help you run a project quite smoothly. I have seen Slack, and Slack is a very good application as well. So is there anyone else? No, it's all good. So I have sent everybody the PDF via email. Have a look at the grammar. It's quite interesting grammar that one can use, and the skills and tools that it gives you to conduct a successful project management or a management of a project. There are some good tips for you there. So thank you, everybody, for joining me for this evening's conference. And I hope that you have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.